Hello and welcome to Mecha Anime Reviews, and today we're gonna take a look at Gargantia on the Verdurous planet. First, some background. The series was in production since 2010. It was produced by Production IG and was directed by Kazuya Murata, who was the one to introduce the concept of giant ships living in the sea, with writing duties done by Urobuchi. Somehow, I just knew I would come across him eventually. For those of you who don't know, Urobuchi is an anime writer and director. I won't talk about him too much right now, but you'll probably recognize him for such works as Madoka Magica, Fate Zero, Psycho-Pass, Kamen Rider Gaim, and I'll Noah Zero, another Mecha series which we'll be taking a look at later. Urobuchi said he wrote the story of Gargantia to speak towards people in their teens and 20s, who are either about to enter into society or recently have, and is meant to cheer them on and to encourage them that going out into the world isn't scary. He also said that the feeling of this work will be different from others he's been involved with. I can definitely say it's true on that last part. Anyway, what's the story? In the distant future, mankind has reached the stars, but the galaxy is troubled. The Galactic Alliance of Humankind is engaged in a perpetual war with a tentacled alien species known as the Hideous. 16-year-old Ensign Leto, pilot of the multi-purpose machine Caliber, is knocked into a wormhole and loses consciousness after a major battle. When he awakens, he learns from his AI chamber that he has been in cryostasis for 6 months on board a massive fleet of ships sailing through the ocean. After meeting the crew, Leto decides to stay on the Gargantua fleet, adapting to their culture while waiting for any signs of rescue. The animation is pretty good. It flows nicely, though there are moments where it's a little awkward. The music is pretty good too, fitting in with the atmosphere and tone well. The voice acting is good in both languages. However, I will say that I prefer some of the seiyus over the dub performances, like Kaito Ishikawa as Leto for example. So yeah, on the surface, the story is pretty much a standard fish out of water tale. Guy gets sent to a place where he enjoys a simpler, more peaceful lifestyle and rebels against his own people in defense of the new home he has. It's a fairly standard plot, though as you can imagine it carries some unfortunate implications. Thankfully, this anime manages to sidestep most of the problems that come in stories like this. For starters, the Gargantia crew aren't portrayed as noble savages who are super wise and better than everyone else. They are portrayed as, well, people trying to survive a harsh environment while maintaining to certain principles. Leto's character development is a little bit more complex than simply becoming more pacifist. Because of the war with the Hideous, the Alliance had sacrificed various aspects of human life so they could become better fighters against their enemies. Throughout the show, Leto is not only embracing the culture, he's expanding his horizons beyond combat, and when Alliance officials do arrive on Earth, their plan to conquer the people is a lot more well thought out than most plans in similar stories. The setting is unique and interesting, the characters are pretty likable and well developed, the comedy is alright, and there are some neat plot twists that make for some good drama. However, there are problems. Because of the length of the series, some of the ideas and concepts introduced don't get as much development as they should. Some characters are kind of annoying and pointless, like Amy's friends. For example, the comedy isn't always funny, the fan service can get distracting, the mecha designs are, well, meh, and it contains moments that are a little too cutesy. Still, Gargantia is a pretty decent series. It has a good story with interesting characters and twists, though occasionally falters due to some underdeveloped elements and baffling moments. While it has its darker side, it's surprising how lighthearted it is compared to the other stuff that Urobuchi has done. And again, he was only a writer here. Oh well, see you next time on the next Mecha Anime Reviews.